So guys, today I got for you one of the videos from the series I have on my channel in which I'm going through my perfume collection, sharing with you a fragrance top list accordingly to the topic I discuss. And in this one, we are going to be looking closer at all the blind bought perfumes in my collection, which I will be also ranking for you just for fun. So we are going to start with the worst and make our way to the best one. So keep on watching for more the details about them, and also don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you're here for the first time, as well as please give this video a huge thumbs up if you enjoy watching this kind of content. And once you're done with that, we can get started. Hello and welcome everyone to another roundup of perfumes from my collection. In case you missed previous episodes, definitely check them out. I will leave all the helpful information for you down below in the description box. But today we are talking blind buying. Do you like to do that? Are you guilty of that? Well, I always say test before you invest, because it can be really risky spending your money on the perfume you might not even enjoy in the end. But sometimes I like to have some fun, and today I will run you through worst and best blind bought fragrances that I own. So without any further ado, drop me a comment below what's your best and worst blind buy, and I want to get started with the worst and most recent ones that I purchased by Dupe brand, which is known for, creating fragrances that are inspired by other popular ones, and I had nice experience with them in the past, and I've already mentioned a few of these in my past videos because I was very much surprised that I did not enjoy them. One of the reasons because they are very hard to wear, and I was so excited buying them. One of which is Dupe's Vanilla Therapy, that was inspired by two fragrances, my favorite Armani and also Musk Therapy. And this doesn't smell like those perfumes at all. I don't know if it's false labeled or I purchased a wrong fragrance, but it smells like skanky and very, dark vanilla. Not bad. And yes, I read your comments that you need to let them macerate, but these have been sitting on the shelf over a month now, and I'm just not liking them. Also, Italian Widow is not necessarily my type of fragrance, because although it smells much more similar to the ones it was inspired by, which are Black Phantom and my favorite Italic, it also smells very burnt, and I'm not digging that vibe. But I kind of like Dupe brand because sometimes they blend together different perfumes in ones, and I'm a big fan of layering, but I'm not the biggest fan of those blind bought fragrances. Also, I'm not the biggest fan of this blind bought perfume by VIKTOR&ROLF, which is called Good Fortune, because it smells very generic, although bottle is totally unique. And when I saw it, and also when I read the notes, I really wanted to get it for a review, which I did, and I gotta tell you, it smells like a few other fragrances on the designer market, although it doesn't look like them. So I was triggered by the note of fennel and this blue gentiana flower that I've never smelled in perfumes before, and I get like this dusty green, almost matcha note in the opening that reminds me a lot of Misty or 2022. But in here I also get this, very generic jasmine and vanilla, and it's not most long-lasting perfume, so I was a bit disappointed with it, but it's not bad. Also, fragrance that didn't work out for me, but I don't think it's a bad perfume, is HABANITA's Flanker Lid Spray, which is kind of like an iconic perfume for MOLINARD to start with. And I remember I discovered for myself as I was doing research on mimosa-centered perfumes, getting ready for the best of episode dedicated note of mimosa, and it smells like a very musky perfume, like something an older lady might wear because she really enjoys fragrances from her, youth. Very heavy on musk, it's very powdery, but also old-fashioned. We have lots of powdery flowers in here, also spices in the opening, and it's just, an alright fragrance that didn't cost me a fortune, so I'm not mad at it, but it's not something that I'm wearing on the everyday basis. Also, something that is a bit harder for me to pull off because it's very sweet perfume, and I was intrigued by it because it was compared to my favorite and unfortunately discontinued Lacombe by Keiko Micheri is Sweet Oriental Dream by MONTALE, and although they smell very similar, in here you will also get this powdery almond note over almost like Lacombe, because it is slightly sticky but in a nice honey and vanillic way. I smell also rose water in here, which makes it a bit more refreshing, yet it's fragrance that I'm wearing only when I want a very bold sweet perfume, or I'm digging something that would smell like a candy, because for that it's very nice, but not necessarily very wearable. Also, something that I wear only on special occasions is Valentino's MYRRH ASSOLUTO fragrance in a stunning bottle that I actually purchased for the best of episode dedicated to the Elaine video, and it got compared to my favorite Initia's perfume Psychedelic Love that's heavy on Elaine, and I just really needed to check out how close they come to one another, and indeed they are very similar. In here you will also get almost that sugary and very beautifully sultry vanilla, because it's darker, because there is leather in there is myrrh, but it's soft. Elaine brings in this exotic tropical yellow flower vibe, and overall fragrance is very nice, but for some strange reason I'm not wearing it that often, so I like it. It's not the worst blind buy, but it's right in the middle, something a bit more wearable, something that is easier to wear and to enjoy. For me is Shalimar's flanker called Filter, and I got it as a Christmas gift for myself a couple of years ago when it was released. I really wanted to smell it because I love the original Shalimar, and this one indeed smells like as if you put a modern filter over this legendary perfume that in my personal opinion is still in and not out of time. Let me know your thoughts. In here I love the citruses that refresh it. There is lavender in the opening that brings in this aromatic vibe, but Guerlain's signature, so powdery is written all over it, and in the dry down we will get that slightly patchouli-ish, slightly balsamic vanilla that Shalimar is known for, and I love it overall. I have EDT version of Shalimar, and I think I need something a bit deeper and darker from this collection, so let me know if you can recommend me something also maybe that's similar to it, not necessarily a Shalimar flanker. So with that being said, now we are moving towards more successful blind buys, one of which is this perfume Les Notes Gourmands by the brand Reminiscence, if I'm not wrong, that I blind bought for the top list of edible perfumes. And if you are a gourmand lover and you're looking for fragrances that are so delicious you literally want to eat or drink them, check out my top list. This fragrance is fantastic because it is elegant. It's not necessarily that sugar sweet gourmand, but wearing it, it lifts me up. It always puts me in an awesome mood, and it reminds me of my favorite Love Don't Be Shy by Kilian, which is another great plus. So it's not your heavy and intense annoying sweet perfume. It has this beautiful airy structure, and that's what I really appreciated. I want to blind buy more fragrances from this collection, so if there is a favorite that you can recommend, please do so. But we are moving on to the fragrances I was so impressed with, because it's from another brand that is inspired by hyped up fragrances, this time from Italy, that is called LPDO, and I've done full collection overview in another video in which I went through each and single fragrance from that collection that I really wanted to get my nose on, so in case you're interested in it, please check it out. But this fragrance that I intuitively felt for, and well done, Yana, because Bouillie Intense is almost identical to the fragrance it was inspired by, one of my favorites, Dior's Bouillie d'Argent, if I'm not mispronouncing it, which I'm surely doing. But you guys, this is like this mysterious aromatic powdery vanilla scent that smells like your skin but better, and I can overspray it, I could go heavy on it. I love the sillage, it performs really well. Recently Masha, who is visiting us, bought it because I sprayed it on her. She was like, wow, this is amazing, plus it's inexpensive, and I love the quality, I love the vibe, I love the feeling, I love it all. Also, I loved these two other fragrances I blind bought, but in small smaller sizes. However, they are just fine. Superb Cafe, that's inspired by my favorite Intense Cafe by MONTALE, and also Vanille Persuasive, that's inspired by Tobacco Vanille by Tom Ford, and it smells similar to it, however for me way more festive and spicy. And I want to point out the presentation of this brand because it feels very luxurious, unlike many other brands of like with the same concept, if you know what I'm talking about. So I'm very happy about those blind buys. But let's talk about vanilla bit more, and this one by MONTALE, Dark Vanilla, is awesome. I wanted to get like a darker vanilla, and you know, the name sounded perfect. I love the notes, and it's exactly what's it promises: spicy, leathery, woody, patchouli-ish, yet vanillic. The signature of MONTALE is in there. It's a powerful, bold fragrance that's great for winter time. And yeah, I love vanilla. It's very hard to disappoint me with vanilla, and there are not many dark vanillas out there. So in case you are looking for some of those and you need a few, you know, suggestions, check out my top list dedicated to that topic. But on that note, now we are moving towards best of the best in this blind bot category, and one of these fragrances I actually got for my birthday, and that's Jo Malone's Gardenia and Oud in a stunning bottle. This is from the ABSOLUTO collection, and you guys, if this is not the juiciest floral oud perfume, I don't know what is. This is a true gem that you need to check out in case you can get your hands on it, because it's sparkling. Flowers in here are literally fruity and juicy. One of the best gardenias I've ever smelled in perfumes, and yet oud brings in almost like the sexy, playful and expensive twist into this composition, making it just deeper. And I love it. The bottle is amazing, the fragrance is amazing. With Jo Malone, you never know, but that time they did not let me down. So yeah, I'm glad about that. But now I got for you top 4 or 3 perfumes. Let's check it out. One of them is Bubble Bath by Miss Margiela that I needed to have the minute I saw it online, and I blind bought it because I wanted to review it in a bath full of bubbles, which I did. So if you are there for that type of content, which is slightly different than usually, check out my full review on this beautiful clean scent that's so unique because there is a note of soap in there, there is lavender, some flowers, so it's clean, it's crisp, but there is also coconut, which you might not expect in it, with patchouli, with white musk. So it evolves on the skin, it changes in an interesting way. So I'm loving it so much, loving it to wear, loving it to smell on others, and I'm very happy that I actually blind bought it. So it's one of the very best blind bought perfumes. But something else I did not expect falling for, however ended up being smitten with till this day, is Elizabeth and James Nirvana, Black Nirvana in a beautiful bottle fragrance that is a hidden gem, but yet I feel like some people know about it. It's just like one of the best perfumes I've ever bought, not even blind bought, because looking at the notes, it seems to be simple: sandalwood, vanilla and violet. And yeah, it's powdery, woody, very abstract, reminds me of scented pencils from the childhood. And I was wearing it for the time when I was working at the place that gave me, you know, very difficult, it was a difficult period in my life. I was stressed out, and this fragrance, although it's not a screamer, the beautiful sillage stayed with me till the time I got home. So yeah, it helped me to make my way through that hard time, and I'm very happy about that. But now I have 2 fragrances left, and I'm not sure which one should I put on #1 spot. I think I will say that this perfume that I blind bought and I'm so happy about, it surprised me because a lot of people gave it negative reviews, should be #2, just because it was not by time. However, I would definitely recommend anyone who is interested in Tonka Cola by MANCERA to I would recommend to blind buy it, because it is fantastic, so fun, so unique. It smells like a cherry scented cola with a lemon pop in the opening, then it turns into a big glass of cherry scented Coca-Cola, yet in the dry down, because of tonka, patchouli, spices, it smells perfumey, festive, huge compliment getter. Love the sillage of it. Wearable, addictive, gorgeous. So happy that I pulled the trigger and got it. But number one most favorite and successful blind buy of my life, and probably if you're not new here, you already know that it is Oh My Soul by 4160 Tuesdays, because Sarah McCartney blended like a masterpiece out of so many notes that she asked her followers on Facebook to vote for, because the idea of this fragrance is scented group hug. And in here we have ambery, woody, powdery, floral, boozy, sweet and citrusy notes, and it's complex, extremely warming, super addictive, and I love it. So yeah, that should be my number one most favorite perfume that I've ever purchased without trying before, but I still recommend you to at least sample fragrance if it's expensive and not just spending your money blindly on it. But let me know if you like playing and just, you know, having fun ordering fragrances blindly, or you're never doing that. As I've already asked you guys, please comment below your best and worst blind buy of your life, and let me know if you're familiar with any mentioned perfumes. Maybe you have some questions about them or anything else. I'm here to answer that, because I love chatting with you, and also your feedback in the commentary section, your comments, they really help my videos to get out there. So please do that. I can't stress that enough. Also feel free to subscribe to my channel, because I would love it to grow with your help. And if you want, you can support me on Buy Me Coffee website. Maybe I will blind buy something else, invest back into my channel, and you will find out more about interesting fragrances. So if you enjoy watching these videos in which I'm going through perfumes from my pretty big perfume collection and put them into different categories, just let me know which topic you're interested in, or if there are any perfumes that you want my opinion on, just let me know that. And that was all from me. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to check out the description box down below and follow me on my social media to stay in touch, and make sure to stay tuned and smell good. We'll see each other next one really soon. Bye guys.